a growing push by airline employees, their unions, and even airline executives to include additional federal aid in the next coronavirus relief package. Without it, they say tens of thousands of workers could lose their jobs just a month before the presidential election, many of them in swing states. CBS News transportation correspondent Kris Van Cleave spoke with Southwest Airlines CEO Gary Kelly about the plight of the nation's airlines.
United flight attendant Yolanda Hughes is among the more than 82,000 airline employees CBS News has learned have been told they could be furloughed as soon as October 1st when the government's payroll support program runs out.
It's almost like watching something that you've been a part of, that you've helped build, kind of fall apart or crumble, and you don't have anything else to do other than just stand aside and feel helpless.
But help could come from Capitol Hill. 223 members of the House and 16 Senate Republicans have now signed letters calling for another $25 billion in payroll support for airlines to avoid job cuts until at least next March.
We're very grateful for the support that we've had.
Southwest Airlines CEO Gary Kelly.
What's in it for the taxpayer to keep airline workers working when so many other industries don't get that kind of help?
It's just very clear that absent some continued support, you will see massive layoffs in October. You'll see massive service cuts, and that simply means that all the money that was invested so far to sustain the airline industry will be for naught.
He's promised his employees no furloughs or layoffs in 2020, but says passenger traffic needs to double to avoid them next year. Additional government support would buy time while business remains off by 75%, something Kelly doesn't see rebounding much until there's a vaccine.
We have not found a restructuring plan to be able to survive at 25%.
A new survey found passengers worry more about catching COVID during flying than in their daily lives, and 84% of leisure flyers have not booked a trip this summer. The thing they say is most important for an airline to do is thoroughly cleaning the cabin, seats, and tray tables. Just this week, Southwest announced it was reducing cleanings between flights to focus on tray tables and the bathrooms.
Why back off that kind of cleaning right now?
We just determined that the time that it took to try to do all surfaces wasn't adding any value.
Touch surfaces like armrests and seatbelts will now be disinfected as part of a nightly deep cleaning of all aircraft. The carrier also uses electrostatic foggers to spray a disinfecting mist that can kill virus and bacteria for up to 90 days. Part of a new normal in very uncertain skies.
We will get past this. We will do what we have to do for Southwest Airlines to survive.
For CBS This Morning Saturday, Kris Van Cleave, Washington.
Not the first emergency for the airlines, but certainly a very bad one.
Yeah, no matter how much cleaning they do, there's still a risk.
Yeah, and weigh all those risks before you end up booking those flights and continue to travel in the future. We will see.